I'm at FDIC, Amy Sweezy here with Todd Self. Todd is with ZeroRPM. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Todd, I am so excited about this interview because I think ZeroRPM is such a cool thing. Tell me what ZeroRPM even is.
What is this thing, right?
What is this thing?
Okay. Well, ZeroRPM is the name of our company, but it also explains what we do because we keep engines off when they would normally be at idle. So when an apparatus or an ambulance pulls up to a scene and they put the vehicle in park, instead of idling the engine, we turn it off automatically, but everything remains on as if the engine had remained on. All the power electronics, all the air conditioning, heat, those kind of devices stay powered.
So essentially what you're doing is turning any vehicle into a hybrid.
That's our job, yes ma'am. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Nothing to do with traction, just everything to do with comfort and safety and power.
Tell me about how it's actually installed. Is this an aftermarket thing? Is it installed while the vehicle's being made?
Yeah, it's possible to do in the aftermarket. It's more practical to do it while the vehicle's being made. We partner with some of the largest OEMs in this business, and we kind of bake it into the cake, so to speak, while it's being made. And it's just a better experience for the end customer. We feel that way. We can truly integrate feature sets together that the OEM designs, and we can make sure those feature sets work perfectly with our system. Whereas in the aftermarket, some of those things, you may have some issues making all that stuff work as cohesively as you want to.
And you've already touched a little bit on some of the benefits, but can you just point out some of the really important, significant, real-world benefits of the system?
So, when you idle an engine, first of all, they're vehicles. They're not designed to be stationary. They're designed to be moving, right? And so when you use them in a stationary application, things get hot that you don't want to get that hot. But besides all of the heat and there's some safety issues that goes along with that, the biggest thing nowadays is all the emissions drives filters and things and the whole DEF fluid and all that you have to add to diesel engines. When you idle them, it's the worst thing you can do. It causes very expensive repairs to happen. So our systems have, the people that's put our systems on their fleet, we virtually eliminated manual regens, which is taking very expensive things apart and putting them back together with very expensive labor. So we've eliminated all that. The biggest thing, though, I would say that people kind of might look past, because that's such a big issue for the industry, is just the safety and the comfort of the people that's using these vehicles every day, because we don't think about the noise decibels and the emissions that you're having to breathe in when you're this close to a vehicle that's at idle all the time. So when your workspace becomes quieter and cleaner, it's a better thing all the way around, right? That's what we really try to focus on the most.
And what would you say sets ZeroRPM apart from your competitors?
Well, we've got a really good feature set. We've got a lot as far as air conditioning and heat and the way we power the vehicle. All that, again, mimics that the engine had never turned off in the first place. So there's no compromises, no buttons to push, nothing that you have to know that remember to turn on or to behave differently when our system is engaged. The biggest thing, though, to be honest with you, is we're part of a large organization, Mission Critical Electronics, and what that organization allowed us to do is to leverage other parts of what would have been a part of our system, but that it went from third parties we had to try to communicate with. Now that communication is more vertical, right? More vertically integrated. So the chargers, the inverters, the batteries itself, all that we can do within our family. Xantrax, Perky's, Kuzmal in this industry, is everyone knows and trusts those brands. We were already using them, but there was the disconnect in communication that doesn't happen now because we're one family, right? So what everybody wants is an easy button. They want to call and buy their fire truck or their ambulance and get these features. They don't want to care about how the sausage is made, and so this communication, I guess more efficient communication, just helps us do that.
If people would like to have some more information, where can they find you? What's your website?
Yeah, our website is ZeroRPM.com. And again, my name is Todd Self, and my email address is very easy. It's just my first and last name and ZeroRPM.com.
All right, Todd Self from ZeroRPM. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Great to meet you.
All right, thank you.